sometimes we find that diseases are incurable. No matter how much medicines we are taking, how many surgeries we have gone through, still the disease is there, illness. According to World Health Organization, what is the health? Health is a dynamic state of physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being of a person, not merely an absence of disease and infirmity. So normally we are aware of our physical health. Anything goes wrong in the physical health, I'm having fever, pain, headache, immediately, like I contact my doctor. Or maybe, like if I know, then I take medicines. We are less aware about our mental health and least aware about our social health and almost not aware about spiritual health. And total health is combination of all these four pillars. Healthy word has two words, heal plus die. Die means serve. So it's a self-healing. Healthy words itself denotes, healings come from the self. But we need to know here who is the real self. Am I this physical body only or something beyond it? What is my real self? And this is a question. This we are going to answer later to you. What is the real self? So according to the father of psychology, William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that by changing our inner attitudes, we can change the outer aspect of our life. This is nowadays very popular law of attraction. Whatever type of thoughts we create in our life, we attract same type of situations, same type of people, and same type of achievements in our life. Have you heard about it? Law of attraction. So means through our inner attitudes, we can change outer aspect of our life. If my inner attitudes are positive, then my outer aspect I can make positive. If things are negative for me, situations are troublesome, people are creating problems in my life, then where is the seed? It's not in them. Normally my pointing finger is towards others, towards people, situations, events, because all these things are happening. That is why I am under stress. That is why I am peaceless. That is why. So whom I blame mostly? Others and situations. But if I go within and if I change the outlook, change attitude towards them, even if they are negative, if I become positive, then they are also going to change. Is this possible or not? Tough. Not that easy. Because how we can make ourselves positive, this is an art, this is an learning, this is an experience. So, Mark Bricklin, he said, it is believed that 90% of the physical problems begins as a disturbance in the state of mind. Means dis-ease. Disturbance in the state of mind is dis-ease. When we lose our ease. And it's good news because many times changing how we feel can change our health for better. And how we feel is within our power to change. It's really in our power to change how we respond to the situations. Again, like maybe not that easy, but we can train our mind. Can we train or not? Yes? Yes. So, present medical science, all researches are directed only on physical body and soil. Sorry. And there is no research or study on the being part. Being part means consciousness, our thoughts, emotions, attitudes, memories. This all together is our consciousness, which is subtle part of my existence. The physical part of existence we are aware, but this subtle part of existence, it's not visible, invisible. So that is why there are no medical researches on this part, being part. And why the diseases are incurable? Because it can not be cured by outer methods. We use medicines, surgeries, all modern techniques. But to effect healing, these incurable diseases can be cured only when we go within. In plus curable means can be cured when we go within. So healing is coming from cure. We are just controlling. Nowadays diseases are just controllable, not curable. Once you are a high blood pressure patient, you are a diabetic patient, you are heart disease patient, you are ulcer patient, you are on medicine for how long? How long? 2 months? 6 months? Yes? How long? Lifelong. So means just controlled by medicines, not curable. They are incurable. So why incurable? Because we didn't learn how to go within. We are just trying to help them from outside. So present status of healthy living is nowadays 20% population is suffering from high blood pressure. Hypertension means high blood pressure. 15% of population in the whole world is suffering from heart disease, 20% diabetes, 20% peptic ulcer, respiratory disease means like asthma and other allergic disorders, 10%, skin disease, 10%, and cancers, 5%. And we do have biological live and die mechanisms within us. Biological live and die mechanism, when I say, what does it mean? Means our mind can send live message to the cells, each and every cell of my body, and even it can send die message to each and every cell. There are 75 trillion cells in our system. So how the live message is sent? When we have peace of mind, when we are happy, then it sends body a live message. That is why we say happiness is the best nourishment for the body. There's a saying. And depression, fear, stress, they give it a die message. So when we are in negative states of mind, like depressed, in fear and under stress, then the cells receive die message. And now more than 80% diseases are stress-related psychosomatic diseases, as I told you. And in this 21st century, although we have all the physical comforts in our life, but the question mark is, What about our emotions? Yes? Because stress is related to our emotional part of life. And there has been a lot of studies done on it. One study has come from Yale University. Yale University, they did study on students at their 20 years of age, divided them in two groups according to their personality. One group, those who get angry very easily, they cannot keep patience, and they are tensed most of the times under stress because of competitive nature. And second group was opposite to them. Opposite means they were very peaceful, patient, they were able to stabilize their mind, and their health was checked. And it was found at the age of 20 years, both groups, they were in normal health. But because it was studies, so every 10 years they were asked for their follow-ups, health checkup. And it was found at the 50 years of age, out of both group, the first group who was stressed all the time, most of the times, they had 7 times more illness than the second group. So that proved when we lead a stressful life, there are more diseases. So 80% diseases means they had high blood pressure. If 5 people are suffering in second group, then 35 was suffering in first group, and the chances of death were also higher than the second group. So what do we need to do then? Because health is wealth. Health is important for us in our life. So we need to manage our stress. We need to manage our emotions. So what are the negative mental states? Negative mental states are anger, depression, anxiety, pessimism, fear, hatred, grudges, resentment. We can add long list to it. We all know. And positive mental states are love, happiness, peace, optimism, confidence, friendliness. So, because of situation, do I go into these negative states of mind easily? Because until something arises, until there is some trigger in my life, I do not go in negative state of mind. My natural behavior is positive. My original nature is positive. Can we become angry all the 24 hours? Can we remain peaceful all the 24 hours? Or we would say, being peaceful for 24 hours is possible. But being angry, is that possible? We get angry only for a few minutes. That's it. But its effects last for whole day, maybe even days, maybe sometimes even months. As soon as I see that person whom created that stage of my mind, the whole thing is rewind, and I experience the same emotion I experienced at that time. This is called, we brood over the past, and we think over that again and again, and I go into the same emotions so many times, because negative, it hurts more. And when we get hurt, what are we creating for the self? What are we creating for the self? Illness. because anger is a form of stress, and that affects our body system. Anger, depression, anxiety, these are all negative emotions. And when we are under negative emotions, negative T means thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and memories. So if I am carrying any of these negative thoughts, emotions, attitudes, then what's happening in my physical body? It affects my hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the seat of emotions in the brain. And hypothalamus, it releases neuropeptides, which are biochemical messengers from brain to cells, and it gives the trigger to release stress hormone in my system, because that is preparing my body or stimulating my body to fight the situation. I need extra energy to fight that situation, that challenge which is coming to me. So that is preparation of the body. But what is happening? That is sympathetic dominance, which is preparing for fight or flight, but we can neither fight or nor fly. And ultimately it's affecting or damaging my system. That leads to feeling of disease, sadness, and lack of energy. And when we are able to create positive team, is it possible even in negative situation, if I create positive thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and memories? This is possible. That is my choice. Which response I choose. Even someone is abusing me, someone is hurting me, can I be good to that person? Whom we love, what do? We do not see their weaknesses, we do not see their faults. And how do we behave with them? Whatever mistakes they are doing, we just ignore them because we have so much love for them. So when love is there, there's no anger. So then it's possible or not? There is possibility. So here, positive team affects the cells of the brain. It releases endorphins and enkephalins in my system. These are different chemicals than stress. When we are under stress, the body is releasing stress hormones. And when we are in positive emotions, we have already seen what are the positive emotions. Then body releases endorphins and enkephalins. That leads to parasympathetic dominance, and we get feeling of well-being, happiness, health, and that increases our energy. Our power of our mind. So happiness as a positive emotion, there are few studies regarding these emotions, how they affect our health. Happiness is the best medicine, it is said. So why the happiness is the medicine? It is seen that people who watch funny movies have less cortisol and more NK cell. Means less cortisol. When cortisol is more, then it decreases our immunity, and NK cells, they improve our immunity. You know immunity? The power of the body to fight with germs, bacteria, and whatever is going to create disease in our system. It's the fighting power of the body to that. People who laugh a lot in everyday life show biggest increase in T cells while watching the funny movie. And in 7 years, the 24 women out of 36 patients of breast cancer died, and only important psychological factor absent was happiness. Means if they are depressed because of their disease, then death rates are higher. But if they are happy even after the disease, they can maintain their happiness, then the lifespan is more. Longevity life is increased. Again, more studies. Love is a positive emotion, and this is study by Peter Hansen. Love and health go hand in hand. Those who feel loved in their life and they too are loving and caring, they are more healthier. It's found in studies. Isolated people are more susceptible to illness and death rate is higher 2-3 times. Isolated people means those who are living alone. And it is found that even those who have pets, although they are living alone, but they have pets, and they keep pets as their children, or maybe like as their as they belong to them as their family member, and they keep talking to them, then these psychological diseases and stress related diseases are lower in them. So this is the research at California University. Caring for others boosts your immune system. It stimulates other positive feelings of security, optimism and hope. When you care for others, then they feel secure and they have hope, and that is how that it boosts their immune system. So that is Harvard psychological research. So these positive emotions, they improve our healing in this way. And what is the healing system? Healing system is the way body mobilizes all its resources to combat diseases. And belief system is often the activator of healing system. When we have faith in our doctor, healing is much better. When you have faith in medicine, whatever you are taking is good for you, then your healing is activated. So it is more coming from mind than medicine. That is why it is seen that placebos actually, they are not medicines. They are just neutral tablets which are given to experiment on some diseases. And it was found that those who received placebo in the control group, their control of disease is almost equal to the patients who received real medicines. So what has worked for them is just because they believe that they are taking treatment and that medicine is working, that helped them in healing, and that was through mind. The humor may relieve the pain directly or indirectly, and the relaxation response after an unrestrained laughter remains as long as 45 minutes, increasing the serotonins and endorphins in brain. So humor we have already discussed about it. This scientist, Norman Cousins, he wrote a book, An Anatomy of an Illness. This Norman Cousins, he himself was suffering from ankylosing spondylitis. This is the disease which affects our spine. And the spine is, when it is spondylized, means it's stiff and one cannot bend either forward or backward. And this is incurable disease. Same means like once the arthritis, we get arthritis, then one has to live with it, especially if it is rheumatoid arthritis. So it was the same kind of disease, and it was autoimmune disease, and doctor told him that you're not going to be cured. You have to live with disease. And what he decided in his mind, I'm not going to live with this disease. I'm going to help myself. If my doctor cannot help me, then so I will find out my own way. So he decided, he took off for 6 months from his job, and he just watched funny movies, as we say. And like just laughing every day for many hours, watching those all comedian movies. And after 6 months, he was cured. And doctor got surprised. How could you do that? So just changed his state of mind, that brought healing. So here there's a stress response of body and meditation response. We are going to talk about meditation. You were watching a small documentary on meditation. So meditation nowadays is a very popular word, and most of the doctors even they suggest for the patients to do meditation every day. So when we are in stress, then our heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, respiration increases, metabolism increases, bad cholesterol increases. So this is all parameters of our body. And when we practice meditation, then heart rate goes down, blood pressure, respiration, metabolism, bad cholesterol all go down. These are all scientific studies. In 25 scientific studies, it has been found that when we are under stress, what happens to our body, and when we do meditation, what happens to our body. That is why meditation is accepted now universally, and we are celebrating 21st June as an International Yoga Day. So it has many sections. One of the section is that exercise. We call them asanas. And the second part is relating to our mind. This is the exercise. First is exercise of body, and second is exercise of mind. And there are many studies regarding meditation and bodily diseases. This is Duke University study by Dr. James Blumenthal, that reducing stress can dramatically reduce heart disease. And 5-year study of heart disease patients, those who learn to manage stress, reduce the risk of having another heart attack by 74%. Compared with patients receiving medication only. And reducing mental stress also proved more beneficial than getting exercise. So CHD means coronary heart disease. So those who learned that, they were able to reduce that illness because they learned how to manage their emotions. Meditation means it's like managing your mind. Meditation and CHD again. There is one more study by Dr. Dean Ornish of University of California, San Francisco Medical School. He took 2 groups. One group was experiment group and second was control group. Experiment group, he took 28 patients, those who were having clogged arteries, more than 90%. And in control group, same type of patients and those who were supposed to go for bypass surgery. But what he did, in experiment group, he taught them meditation, yoga, exercise, and changed their lifestyle by having low fat, high fiber, vegetarian diet. And for the control group, there was no change of lifestyle. It was just medication. And after 1 year, he checked the both groups and he found in experimental group, 92% of the 82% of the patients, arterial clogging got reversed. And those who were sickest, they showed the most improvement. And the control group had an increase in chest pain and arterial blockage worsened. So the study suggested that the stress reduction element may be the most significant factor in achieving these results. So here again, this study proved, and the same study we used in our hospital, which is in Mount Abu. It's a global hospital and research center in alliance with few other hospitals. One hospital, Delhi. This is another hospital of Mumbai, and one from Ahmedabad. These are major cities of India. The patients, heart patients, same, those who were suggested to go for bypass surgery, but they are not able to go for surgery because of certain reasons. Maybe their heart condition is not that good, maybe the problem is money, maybe the problem is fear, they don't want to go for such a big surgery of heart. So those patients were selected, and in small groups they were invited to stay in the hospital, and they were put on this lifestyle change. Stress management through Raj Yoga meditation. The meditation we taught here in Brahma Kumaris is Raj Yoga meditation. So they were taught this Raj Yoga meditation, and they were taught moderate aerobic exercise, low cholesterol, high fiber vegetarian diet given to them. And within 7 days, the results were this. They were told to stay in the campus for 7 days, for 1 week. So their parameters were checked as soon as they came to the hospital. And after 7 days of training on this lifestyle, they were checked again, and it was found there was reduction in symptoms and drug score. Significant reduction in systolic and diastolic blood pressure. There was better control of diabetes and decrease in serum insulin levels. Their LDL decreased. This is bad cholesterol. LDL is bad cholesterol, and HDL is good cholesterol. There was significant increase in exercise tolerance by TMT. Usually heart patients, they are put on treadmill test, which is the exercise tolerance. So their exercise tolerance increased, and there was significant improvement in the LV ejection fraction. This ventricular heart pumping, it was increased. And you can see in the picture, this is an angiography report of a patient. The name is male patient, 52 years of age. He's showing in the circle, red circle, blockage. Blockage in the form of black spot in the white line. White line, black spot is the blockage. White line means artery with dye, and if it is clear line, then there is no blockage. But if there is a spot, then it's showing blockage. So it's around 89% blockage in the artery. This patient, after 1 year, when rechecked again, you can see here, it's clear now. So after almost 1 year, there was opening of the artery without going for bypass surgery. Okay. And this is our hospital report I'm showing. And second patient, you can see this is 100% blockage. because there's no line behind that spot. Means it's 100% blockage. Dye cannot go further. And in next picture you can see full line. It's almost 1 year later when the patient went for angiography. The blockage opened without surgery. But they had to follow the same lifestyle they are taught while they were staying in the hospital. Is it clear? And this is again one more patient. Same result. Here too, it's 100% blockage. Again, artery got opened almost in 1 year. So up till now, 8,000 patients, they got open their blockages without going for any open heart surgery. So it was such a great achievement. And just changing of lifestyle means their diet, exercise every day, practicing meditation for at least 1 hour per day. And I'll let you know how we can direct our spiritual energy to the diseased part of our body during meditation to improve that healing. And again, more studies on different diseases. It's found that meditation, it gives relaxation to our system. It relaxes the whole body. So relaxation therapies are effective in treating chronic pain, and it can ease the pain of neck, back, or arthritic problems. And these are all chronic pains. Once arthritis is there, then one has to suffer. So these pains can be relieved when we regularly practice meditation. And aging, those who meditate, their biological age is lesser than those who don't meditate. So you can see here, they are biologically 12 to 15 years younger than non-meditators. And this we see in our spiritual leaders of organization. She is Dadi Chanki and she is 102 years old and she is still traveling. She is in London at present. And she can speak well. She still gives talks. She still meets people. She is doing all her daily routine activities. Only just she needs support to walk here and there. So this is the energy, spiritual energy, which helps. Even we have one more senior leader, Dadi Ratan Moini, her name is, and she's 92 years old, and she's like youth. She's working up till now 18 hours a day. So you can imagine, huh? So this is also a study, and we have practical examples of that because this is in a spiritual organization, so the results are there. And brainwave states and meditation. This is again a study when the doctors, they do EEG on our brain. I think many of you have heard about that test. Have any of you heard? EEG, electroencephalogram, it's done on the brain. So normal waves are beta waves. When we are active, our brain produces beta waves which are 13 to 30 cycles per second. But when we are relaxed, then our brain produces alpha waves which are 70 to 13 cycles per second, and it's usually before we go to sleep. Normally we are relaxed when we are on bed, and then gradually we go to sleep. And theta waves, they are produced when we are in dream state. And these are 3.6 to 7 cycles per second. And delta waves are in deep sleep when we are not even in dreams. It's just very deep sleep, and that time is very short, usually only 15-20 minutes, and that is the period when our brain rejuvenates. During delta waves, 0.5 to 3.5 cycle was per second, and whatever tiredness we had during the day is just go away and brain is charged again. So that is the charging period for our brain, we would say. And if we do not reach to that delta stage during our sleep, it's just a dream sleep, then even if you sleep for 8 hours, you wake up tired. You don't feel relaxed. And even if you sleep for 2 hours, but you have reached to, or you have touched that delta stage, even after 2 hours you are fresh. So it depends, like if I am able to touch that delta stage or not. So here you can see, while meditation, we can touch that delta stage while awake. Not in deep sleep even, but when we are awake, if we are in good meditation, powerful meditation, concentrated meditation, then consciously we can touch the delta stage of brain and that brain get charged. That's why meditation, it improves our decision power, it improves our concentration power, it improves our discrimination power, it's improve our willpower. All our brain capacities are enhanced. But what is meditation? Because this is the major factor for inner healing. Meditation word itself has come from Greek word meditare, which means healing of mind. Process which heals the mind is meditation. So meditation is practice of higher consciousness. Normally we are physically conscious. Normally we are body conscious. We do not know about, or we are not aware about our higher consciousness. In other words, I would say we are ignorant about our higher consciousness. So it's practice of higher consciousness to take the mind beyond the level of this physical. Second, it's inner journey. Inner journey means we go within and we see our emotions. We visualize the self, realize the self. Normally, we have habit of standing in front of the mirror and seeing the body. Yes? Whether everything is all right, my clothes, my hair, how I am dressed. But meditation means mirror of mind. In which direction my thoughts are going. Should it be like this, or like we correct. If something wrong in my body, what do? We correct. So here, when I observe my mind, I see my mind, then I am able to correct, or I am able to direct my thoughts. So this is inner journey. Communion with Supreme Energy, and meditation gives us opportunity to communicate with the Supreme Being, this Almighty Authority, the Supreme Power of Universe. So that time we are able to communicate with Him. And this is consciously directed thinking process towards positive path. We consciously direct our mind towards positivity. It's self-development exercise and it's inner healing. Meditation is inner healing. And what is the difference between prayer and meditation? Prayer means you are talking to God. And meditation means God is talking to you. Again, is it possible that God talks to us? What do you think? Up till now, we have not experienced that, is it? But in meditation, we experience that. Meditation will not necessarily change situations for you, but it will change you for the situation. Hmm? No, situations are not going to change. But we can change. We get that power that we can change ourselves. And what is Raj Yoga meditation? As I told you that here in Brahma Kumaris, there are so many types of meditations in the world which are popular, but here we teach Raj Yoga meditation. And Raj Yoga meditation is the communion of inner light with the supreme light. Inner light means soul. Soul word has full meaning, source of unique light. It's the spiritual light of me. No? And what is that unique light? We will just try to understand it. A serious patient comes in the emergency department of the hospital and with all attempts unsuccessful to save. So what do the doctors say then to the relatives? If they are not successful to save that patient, they will say, take away the body. Now no patient. They don't use the word patient for the body. So why body, not patient now? Why just body? Because now that life force, that soul who was giving life to that body is not there. And we all know that biological death does not take place immediately. So the doctor, they remove organs which can be used. They remove the eyes, they remove lungs and kidneys or liver, and they can be transplanted to the living being. And when these organs are transplanted, which are not working in a dead body, like these eyes cannot see in the dead body, but when they are transplanted to a living person, then these eyes can see. So why they can see in a living? Why can't in a dead body? Because there is no that soul, not that life force is not there. So that is why those organs, even if biologically they are alive, but they cannot be used, they cannot function. But they function in a living person because soul is there. So our existence is not only physical existence, but we have our spiritual existence, and that is called as soul, spirit, conscience. So many names are given, like in Hindi we say Atma, in Urdu it's Ruh, English we call spirit, soul or conscience. And what is that soul? Soul is a point of light and might, invisible to physical eyes. But it doesn't mean that if it is invisible to physical eyes, it doesn't exist. Like we do not see electricity. This mic is working, but it's working because of electricity. But we cannot see electricity, but it doesn't mean that electricity doesn't exist. All energies are invisible to physical eyes. I know. Air, we cannot see air, but we feel it. We cannot see fragrance, but we feel it. So many things are not seen, they are just felt. So in the same way, we do not see soul because it's so subtle, it's beyond capacity of our eyes. Like we do not see atom, neutron, proton, but they are the most powerful thing of the world. The more subtler they are, the more powerful they are. We can understand these things. We are using very small SD cards for our mobiles. Yes? And how much memories they have? So many GBs they carry, only this small SD card carrying so much data. Yes. So if science means if the physical world can have so much power in small things, so why can't a soul, which is really a life energy, can have that power? The more subtle it is, the more powerful it is. So this is life energy, and it's situated at the center of forehead between the two eyebrows. This is the seat of soul in our body. From here it communicates to the whole organs, and especially brain, which is the control room for it. It's here, and all our sense organs, mainly these are all perception organs like eyes, ears and mouth, tongue. They are all perception organs. They are situated here. So soul is here. And again there are scientific studies, which I'm not going in detail. And what is the physiology of the soul? That was the anatomy of the soul. Earlier I told you. Anatomy means where it is in our body. But physiology is that it has 7 core values. It is made up of those 7 core values. That's we say this body is made up of 5 elements. These 5 elements are water, air, ether, earth and fire. This body is having 70% of water. Is it? 70% of water. So when I feel thirsty, what do? I take a glass of water and drink it to quench my thirst. And as soon as my thirst is quenched, I leave that water. I don't drink more because it has equalized the water level in me. But if someone gives me oil or gas, you drink it. This is also liquid. What will happen? That will become a poison for me rather than. So, means I need the same, which is my constitution. Here too, the soul has these 7 basic core values. It's made up of these core values. So we all seek for these things in our life: knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss and power. We all, what do we need in our life? We all need peace, we all need love, we all need happiness. Can any one of you say that I don't need love, I don't need happiness, I don't need peace? Yes? Anyone who says this can raise your hand. So whatever we are doing in our life, for what? To experience more and more happiness, to experience more and more, or to get more and more love, more and more peace. But sometimes, what happens? The more we desire for that, the more we make effort for that, the more we lose that. And all these positive virtues of soul, they radiate that energy to that particular organ. We have 7 these core values in 7 systems of our body. And they are all working in harmony to maintain life. No? So these 7 basic energies, they are giving health to or sustaining health of that particular organ. As knowledge is connected to brain, means if I am knowledgeful, my nervous system will be healthier. But if there is percentage in the knowledge, then there can be some weakness in my system. Purity of mind, Purity means truthfulness, honesty, or authenticity. This is called purity. Purity, it is related to 5 sense organs and immune system. So if I am pure, then my immunity will be good. My 5 sense organs will be healthy. Peace is related to respiratory system. So peace of mind means respiration will be more quiet, means slower, and slower the respiration is, longer the life is. If I breathe more, then I breathe out my life too. And love is for cardiovascular system. Heart, if I am loveful and I feel that I am loved, then my heart will remain healthy. But if I have emotions opposite to love, means more hatred towards others, I feel isolated, I feel ignored, or maybe for small things, like I am angry towards others. Yeah? Anger is opposite to love. Then I'm going to definitely get any of the heart disease. Maybe blockages of arteries, or maybe valve disease. There are so many type of heart diseases are there. So in earlier age I am going to get any kind of heart disease because that create energy blockage to that part. If emotions are opposite to love. So if I want to heal my system, then what do I need to do? I need to clear off all those negative emotions. I need to realize and then create those positive emotions, experience them, and that heals my system. And that is you saw in the study I showed you the results. Within 1 year they were able to cure their heart disease. And bliss is for endocrine system. Powers are for musculoskeletal system. Power means if I am confident, I am courageous, I can take initiative in my life, then my muscular system will be powerful. I won't get joint diseases. But if I feel lack of confidence, I go into inferiority complex, or maybe some my self-esteem is low, these kind of things I have in my personality, then I'm going to get muscular pains or joint pains. Any kind of fear, insecurity is going to lead these problems in my body. It doesn't going to cause you disease in one day. Actually, it takes years to develop that disease, but that becomes the part of my personality normally. And then confluence of all 7 energies, it affect my excretory system. So here you see negative team, it blocks the flow of spiritual energy to various organ system, especially the target organ. I already explained you, if no flow of love to my heart, then what's going to happen? It's going to create blockages in my arteries over a period of time. And if positive team I am able to generate, then it facilitates the flow of spiritual energy to various system organs. Then it leads to health. It cures the disease. It takes away that disease from the root. And that is why incurable diseases can be curable when we heal them from within. When we are able to heal our negative emotions, the hurts we are carrying, or all the sorrows and sufferings we are carrying in our mind, if we are able to heal them And we can then use all the spiritual methods we know. We learn those spiritual methods because these all things are not taught in any schools or universities, how to heal your emotions. Is it? What do you say? So we need to learn a spirituality for that. And once we learn how to heal our all these negativities, because situations will not come, it's not going to be possible. Situations are going to come, difficulties are going to arise, conflicts in relationships will always going to remain because we all have different personalities. We are not similar. We all have our unique personalities. So maybe sometimes our thoughts, they do not match to each other. But we have to live together. There's no other option. If mother and daughter staying together, or maybe husband, wife, so close relations. But we need to learn how to accept them. How to accept them as they are. Although what we try to do, we always try to change others. They should understand me. No, they should be able to fulfill my expectations. But what should I need to do? So this is learning how to manage my life in a positive way. And this is what spirituality teaches us. And then if I'm doing meditation every day, I'm able to see myself. As I told you, meditation gives us chance to observe, analyze and realize. And then I'm able to turn my mind. I'm able to make it more positive. And it's everyday training to my mind. If I need to forgive someone, okay, and I say to myself, we all do mistakes. Even I do mistakes. And I expect forgiveness from others, so I should also forgive others. So when I forgive others, I'm more peaceful. Rather than benefiting the other person, I am benefiting myself more. Because if I am keeping grudges in my mind, that is harming me more. We say anger is an acid which harms the vessel more than on it is poured. So keeping all these emotions in me is harming me more than the other person. So how to heal from within? The final essence is we connect ourselves to Supreme Soul during meditation, who is the ultimate source of a spiritual energy, his ocean of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness. And through connecting him, that flow starts within the soul, and soul itself is embodiment of peace, love, happiness, bliss and powers. And then through soul, energy flows to mind, means it comes to our thoughts, emotions, attitudes, memories, and then transferred to the physical body as a healing energy. So daily, if for 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening, I focus that positive energy which is related to the particular organ in a concentrated way, along with medicines, there is a cure of that disease. So this is healing from within, how we can heal ourselves. And we have so many examples related to that. I already gave you examples of the heart patients. Even cancer patients we have, even in our organization, who cured themselves through this technique, through change of this lifestyle. Even I have my own example. I had not cancer but cyst. It's a kind of a tumor which has water in it, and in medical science, it's the surgery is the only treatment. No, you go for surgery and then only like you are healed. But it was benign, so doctor gave me time that you decide when you want to go for operation. So maybe like after 6 months or whenever you feel like that, you can go for it. So I thought, if doctor's giving me time, why not to try? Because I know the spiritual method, so why not to try that? So I could find out which emotion was creating that in me. So I should change that emotion, make it positive. And second thing, every day I need to like give flow of that positive energy to that particular area of cyst, that tumor. And within 3 months, when I went for this test, it was 7 centimeter size earlier, and it reduced to 4 centimeter. And then doctor told me, now no need to go for surgery. Just wait and watch. I think it will regress on its own. And he just asked me, are you taking something for it? I said, there's no medicine. And then in next 6 months, when I went for checkup, it was no more there. It was gone. So we can heal ourselves. That's the proof. But here, we need to learn, like how we can change our mindset, and for that we need to take our time for the self every day for meditation, that I told you, for self-observation. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to take treatment. We must go for treatment, but along with it, if we use these spiritual methods, it ultimately gives us the cure of the disease. Okay? Om Shanti. Thank you. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Yes.
How do you distinguish between happiness and the other virtue of quality of bliss?
Actually, this is a full long topic to understand about these things. So you need to come to learn meditation here with Sister Jenna, and she will be able to explain you in detail about all these emotions. Okay.
We didn't hear it back here.
Can
you repeat the question? We didn't hear it.
Oh, how do you distinguish between the quality of happiness and bliss?
Between happiness and
Bliss.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any other question? Yes.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Quite often we do exactly what you said we do. We divorce that state of mind and the physical. And we think that meditation is a airy-fairy, kind of like a false feeling of good, and it has absolutely nothing to do with my tumor or with my pain in my hip or something like that. And this was very clear what you pointed out to us, that no, there is this mind-body
Connection,
thing is real, real. And that we need to focus on the mind because it does have a direct effect on the body.
Yes.
Yeah, very clear. Thank you very much.
Even the Western scientists, I have told all the studies of Western scientists here, but even I have been through a book of Louise Hay, if you have heard of her name. She also had the same kind of experience of her life. She had cancer and she could cure her cancer. if you are able to, if you can have that book and go through that, and then like she came out with this conclusion that how our mindset and our lifestyle affects our illness and cure of the diseases. So that is now proven, I would say.
You can heal your life.
What is the name of the book, please?
The name of the book is You Can Heal Your Life. The writer is Louise Hay. Louise Hay.
What does it mean to be a yogi?
Being a yogi. Actually, yogi is a Hindi word for meditator. Meditation is, I would not say it's a literal translation of a yogi, but yoga is a Sanskrit word because it has come from Indian culture. So in Sanskrit it means connection or communion. So when we are connecting with the supreme power, when we are connecting with Almighty, then it is called yoga.
And when someone has achieved those sorts of connections, then they merit the title of yogi.
Yes.
I just want to make a comment. You mentioned about the belief system,
Yeah.
and I find that to be very true.
Yeah.
My son was born with multiple disabilities, and when they told me he could not do certain things, this was many years ago, I had a strong belief that God could heal him. So when he had seizures, even though I was supposed to be giving him a certain amount of dosage of medicine, I was giving the wrong dosage, small. I would hold him in my arms in this love. And I saw this child transform. When they said he couldn't crawl, and my daughter, father would get on the floor and crawl with him. Get on the floor, he crawled. He didn't walk until he was 12. And he said his first words when he was 16. I love you, Mom. So I just share the power of belief. He's made his transition now. But they gave him 3 months. God gave him 16 years. So that's how I look at it. It's really the power of belief.
Yes.
In that higher consciousness. And there's a new study called epigenetics that they're showing that lifestyle can change, your physical body. It can heal you. So thank you. It was a wonderful presentation.
So even there is a saying, belief can shake mountains.
Yes.
So belief has such a big power. Okay, thank you very much again.